Hey everybody, welcome to the Have You Ever Played podcast, the only podcast that has over 900 hours in Terraria cumulatively. It's your boy Matt, aka Matt Fondude, and I'm with my co-host as always.
Yes, I'm James, aka James04E.
Now, the Terraria intro is in response to I'm watching a Terraria iceberg video on YouTube about
Oh
secrets
God.
that people don't know about in Terraria. And yeah, that game still I have a couple hundred hours in that game, still things I didn't know about. It's crazy how much content that game has.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not a Terraria cast. This is a
No,
video game podcast. Actually, it could be a video James podcast if you think about it.
perhaps. Yes.
Perhaps. Well, James, did you let's get right into some gaming news. I think the most relevant gaming piece of news right now is did you check out the Nintendo Direct at all
I didn't
that
watch it
happened?
myself, but I heard about some of the news that came out of it.
Yeah, I only watched it today. I kind of skimmed through it.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple of games that got announced that are kind of cool for people who care, like Octopath Traveler 2 and some surprising games like there's another Samba de Amigo maraca shaking rhythm game, which I'm sure I mean I personally I would try it maybe. I don't really care too much about it, but I'm sure someone is like super hyped for that.
Yes,
Um
I'm a big maraca shaking enjoyer.
did you remember the original is it de Amigo?
Um,
Samba
I like vaguely
de
remember it.
Amigo.
Samba
It
de Samba de Amigo, but yes,
yeah,
I do very like it's a weird childhood memory.
you know what was weird about that game? Uh the fact that you needed two Wii remotes to play it. Wasn't that the thing? You needed two. Didn't it come with a Wii remote because you needed two to shake on each hand?
um, I don't remember actually.
I might be like gaslighting the audience, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you
maybe.
needed two Wiimotes um to play the game. It says Wiimote and Nunchuck support. Yeah, two Wiimotes. And maybe I don't know. You put them in each maraca. Um that's pretty cool. And there's interesting art that just appeared under the Google image search. I'm gonna click off now. Um
Man.
Yeah, so the coolest thing about this new game is because it's on Switch, you got two controllers built in. So now you can actually, make the game more functional and more accessible. So cool. Happy for them.
Pog.
Are you looking at the Nintendo Direct games list?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, so I would say the most things that I cared about, there was actually a lot of like crazy announcements of
Mm-hmm.
games getting ports. One being there's a Kirby's the Wii Kirby game Kirby's Return to Dreamland is getting like a deluxe version for Switch. Did you
Mm-hmm.
ever play that game? That game is very good.
Oh, I can't remember. I think I played it. It's like I played it at a friend's house kind of thing, but I didn't own it myself.
Yeah, it's a co-op. It's a four-player co-op Kirb game. Uh, so you probably did play it at some point. I went back and fully played through that game, and it's really solid.
Hmm.
I'm glad, and there's no bad Kirby games really. They're all pretty good. But other notable games, I guess other notable like ports they're talking about. Ghost Trick is getting a Switch port. I don't know if you're familiar with that at all. Uh,
No, not really.
Ghost Trick was it's a DS game that I believe was the same people who did Phoenix Wright, and it's like a puzzly game where it's a puzzle Phoenix Wright kind of style game, like visual novelty puzzle game, almost like a Professor Layton, which
Hmm.
Professor Layton also got a game announced, which is crazy. We're returning of all these like DS franchises and stuff.
Yeah, she's they're really digging deep here.
Yeah, it was crazy. Some of the announcements, like I wouldn't expect a lot of these things. Um, I guess we could just talk about the big mainline things. There's a Pikmin 4. It looks really
Hmm.
good. I didn't really like Pikmin 3 because I didn't play too much of it. It was on the Wii U first of all, and second of all, it had a lot of fruit collecting. You collected fruit,
Oh
and it was
boy,
boring.
a
I
lot.
was
I heckin' love collecting fruit.
Have you played any of the Pikmin?
No, I haven't.
Oh, if they're a pick. You're clearly not a very a
Nah,
Nintendo savant.
no, I don't have a Switch or anything. The last
Yeah.
Nintendo system I had was, oh god, maybe it was a Wii. I mean, somebody at my like my freshman year of college, my roommate had a Wii U, so I used that a bit. But yeah, no, I don't keep up with Nintendo systems.
Well, I guess I'll just briefly mention the announcements that I thought were interesting. Pikmin 4. It looks like
Hmm.
Pikmin 2. If you like Pikmin 2 and caves and finding treasure like I do, Pikmin 4 looks like a good game. I'll probably actually buy and play that one.
I heckin' love
Um,
caves.
I heckin' love caves. And there is also there's oh yeah, so Metroid Prime
Yeah,
got remastered and they were just like, "Hey, we're releasing it today." And it's like, "Oh, okay."
yeah, I saw that actually. That was like one of the
Yeah.
first things that I saw. It
I
looks
have
cool.
not actually played Metroid Prime 1. I should, and now is the
Hmm.
time I guess we could do it. Um and then just Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, aka Tears of the Kingdom, looks really good. So, it's a Zelda game. It's gonna be good. But I do think this is something that you and I could have a conversation about. Uh, the other
Hmm.
news where they're bringing Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games to the Nintendo Online service. The
Huh.
Game Boy Advance games being on the extra money expansion pass as
Hmm.
well. And I mean, as someone who plays games either emulated or owns these games or has other ways of playing them, I don't particularly care about playing them on the Switch.
Hmm.
It's cool that they exist. I didn't think I would get as nostalgic as I did seeing Game Boy games being on the Switch. I don't know why. I'm so used to like NES games being like the end all be all for Nintendo scraps they throw at you. They're like, here's a DS game, or here's Mario One on NES.
Hmm.
It's like, okay, yeah, but there's something weird about seeing GBA games in current day because I'm so nostalgic for the Game Boy Advance. And some of those games are gonna get multiplayer added. Like, and I saw
Oh god.
Kirby and the Amazing Mira in there, and a lot of the GBA games, the multiplayer support was, you had link cables and all that.
Yeah.
So now online multiplayer is kind of crazy. I mean, you can do that with emulators too, actually, but still, it's cool that you can officially do it.
They should make people still have to link their cables so that they can have the same experiences that we did.
The same
Linking cables with a
hardships.
with some random person on the playground and then never seeing them again.
I never even okay. Did you ever have a Game Boy with link cable and actually participate in link cable activities with people?
I would only do it like sometimes like at like school or like on the playground or something. Never outside of that really. Like I wouldn't like plan it.
Yeah, I never had a link cable. I only had like the wireless trading cable that came with Pokemon, like
Hmm.
that wireless pack. I've
Yeah.
never like played when I was growing up. I feel like I didn't know anyone who had a Game Boy Advance or like an
Hmm.
SP or who had like games that you could play multiplayer at least.
Hmm.
I think the DS era is kind of when you probably had a DS, right? I feel
Yeah,
like
I had a
Wii and
DS.
DS everyone had.
Yeah.
But did you play Picto Chat a lot with people?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was a great time. Picto
Hmm.
Chat. Oh man,
Yeah, Picto
I
Chat was
yeah.
that was peak gaming.
Mhm.
Peak
Mario
gamer
Kart,
moments.
DS, Picto Chat, and some other games. Like I did play a few of those multiplayer, but yeah, not. I know it was never really like I never really played that many co-op multiplayer games as a kid growing up until online play, really.
Hmm.
I think it's just because I didn't have certain multiplayer games, or I mean, maybe if people came over, I would, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was the Nintendo Direct. There's other stuff they announced and other cool things, but we don't need to get
Yeah.
into it because you don't particularly seem to have an opinion either way on a lot of
They
stuff.
did give Dead Cells DLC a release date. That was
Oh
cool.
yeah,
That's coming out on March 6th.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably get back into that and play
Yeah,
Dead Cells again because they added like 56 songs or something
yeah.
from
There's just so
Castlevania.
much. There's so much stuff in that game.
Yeah, that game, Dead Cells, is a game I probably should like more than I don't like it that like. It feels like
Hmm.
a game that would be one of my all-time favorite games, but I just don't vibe with it as much as I feel like I should. It's weird.
Hmm.
But anyway, James, you want to kick off with your week? What have you been up to?
Yes. So I've played two twos this week. My friend convinced me to play Overwatch 2.
Okay.
It went about as well as you would expect. Um, yeah, we were just kind of getting rolled by like people playing Ramatra and stuff. And
Oh.
I normally each season you have to buy the battle pass, like actually buy it to unlock the season's character. Then after the season is over, you can either buy the character for $10 or you can complete challenges for the character.
Hmm.
The problem is for Ramatra, one of the challenges was to win 35 games as a tank role or all roles. And
Oh.
that was like my sole motivator for the entire time that I was playing. Like, guys, we need to win, please. I want to be able to play the OP character.
Okay, so here's the deal too. You're going to all right, pie in the sky, you're like, okay, perfect play. 35 matches is a lot, but if you
Yeah,
average it out to, you're probably going to at minimum have to double that.
yeah, like at least
And
70 if you have
yeah.
a 50% win rate.
Yeah, and it's just I mean, does quick play count and all the like extra game modes and like quicker?
It has to be a roll queue mode, so like it can be quick play, but
Oh, it's still long.
yeah, it still takes a while.
Yeah, I don't. I downloaded Overwatch 2 and I'm going to play it again. At some point, I booted it up and I just saw what Overwatch looks like now with the battle pass and all that. It
Yeah.
like some weird dubstep, some like weird like music played, and there was like that new character and a bunch of like Fortnite skins basically. And I'm just staring at this and I'm like, oh, this is so sad. I don't like this.
Yeah, I also so I did end up unlocking Ramatra and then I just stopped playing. I
Oh,
didn't even play him.
I didn't even see the
Do you
new
know those?
character.
There isn't a new character this season. Ramatra is the newest. They're doing like
Oh,
every other season now.
didn't even see that I didn't see that character.
But yeah, it's like I don't know. After those 35 wins, I'm like, you know what? I've had enough. I've had enough. Like I'll probably play it again, but like I just needed to step away for at least like 4 days.
What was the other number 2 game you played?
Yeah, Borderlands 2. So yeah,
Oh,
one of my
okay.
friends from college, he was like, "Yo, we should play like a co-op game. I'm bored." I'm like, "Okay, what co-op game?" And he's like, "I don't know, something that we already have or something that's like $5 or less." And we decided Borderlands 2. Um, and so yeah, we didn't play too much of it. We got to like, if you've played Borderlands 2 before, we got into the part
I have.
where you get to Sanctuary. So not very
Okay.
far, but I very quickly realized like, wow, this game after playing Borderlands 3, this game feels really bad. And
Yeah,
like,
like Borderlands 1 and 2 have feel like fake shooter game like you know what
yeah.
I mean? It feels like it's like the difference between like Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4 in terms of combat.
Hmm. Like it's super floaty. Like the movement just feels like it has very little impact. Um, the guns, when the guns kick from recoil, it literally just feels like it's moving your camera, and like there's not like enough animation to go with it. Also, like being low level in those games actually sucks. Like I was playing Krieg, and
Yes.
I'm not useful unless I have my action skill pretty much because like none of my or I'm trying to do a melee build, so none of my stuff in my skill tree actually makes me shoot better. But the problem is my action skill has like a 30-second cooldown,
Yeah, I
or
played
not
that
30, a 60
character.
second cooldown rather.
So you're playing this is the one of the DLC characters who's like a
Yeah.
psycho. He's really fun. I actually did that melee build too.
Hmm.
You eventually you become literally broken
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Um
I also I had Borderlands 2 on PS4, and I also already had a Krieg on that one. I was
mhm.
like level 85 maybe. And I had so much cool stuff. Like when I was low health, my action skill was like better every time I took like damage. I got cooldown back. I basically always had it up, pretty much.
Yep.
And yeah, like going back to that, I was like, damn. And I also think like being low level in Borderlands 3 felt better both because the gunplay was better and also they actually let your character become powerful like earlier. I also think you get action skills earlier.
I think Borderlands 3, another problem that I had with that game is I don't think any of the characters in that game really fit my style or play style or of
Mm-hmm.
the characters who I've enjoyed in the other games. And I was like, eh, I played as Pro ZD. Um, Flack is his name, right? I
Yeah,
think.
Flack.
Yeah,
4K.
I played Pro ZD, and he was cool. But
Mm-hmm.
like, I was just like, oh look, it's Pro ZD doing voice lines. That's neat. Man, this
Yeah.
game sucks.
Yeah, I played Amara. I had a good time with that game, especially
Yeah.
after they added the additional skill tree for all the characters. Um, yeah, it's a little different because the builds are a little more distinct in that game, but there's not any DLC characters, so you only get 4.
Hmm. Oh man. Uh, I've been playing a little bit of. I've been playing a little bit of some several funny games, some several funny competitive games,
Goofy games.
goofy games. I've been playing Battlefield 2042 a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Battlefield. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
It's not.
I didn't expect much more.
I mean, I got it for $20, and here's the deal: at the state that it's in right now, the game for me runs like perfect. Like it actually no frame drops. It's running perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
It plays like Battlefield. I like the fact that Battlefield you kind of don't care what happens. It's almost like Team Fortress 2 where it's like there's so many players in some of these game modes. Like there's 64 people on each team. I don't care if I'm like sucking. I'll kill someone eventually or
Yeah.
I'll just get into a helicopter and shoot someone. It's fun. People flame you in the chat for being bad, but I'm like, really? What do you
I,
expect? You have a 1 in 63 chance of basically losing because your teammates could all suck, or you're
it's
bad too.
it's like damn, 63 players on this team, and you decided to single me out.
No, someone did. Someone literally said in the chat, I wasn't even the bottom fragging. I was like number like 10, and someone just said, "Wow, geez, Matt Fun dude, single like ruining." Oh wait, report Matt Fun dude for throwing the game, and I was just like,
Damn.
I'm like, yeah, lol, I'm bad or something. I'm like, what do you want me to say? I'm playing
Man.
healer too, or like medic, and it's like I don't know. Does it matter either? We won that game by the way too.
Oh
That's the
my
worst part.
god.
We did. I guess we didn't win good enough for
Mm,
Jonathan Battlefield player. The people who play Battlefield are like literal dads who are chill,
yeah.
or just like people who really get really into like World War II in history class in high school. There's no in
Honestly.
between.
The dudes that like go to the firing range like every other day. That's also like part of the audience, I think.
Oh god. But no, like it's either I think it's time of day, and like
Hmm.
depending on what time of day, you might get all just chill dads who are just like I'm gonna get one round in, and
Yeah, if
they're
you
just
get
like,
them like right after dinner,
or you get like the angriest people of all time,
man.
which is crazy because it's like you don't have impact in a 64v64 game. You might be able to, but like you can't control you can't control your own fate. You're kind of it's kind of like I don't even notice what's happening in the game. Like
Hmm.
win or lose, it's like oh the game ended. And I think that's what a lot of people did in the old battlefields. They would just play on like token servers that had like infinite tokens basically where you just play on
Yeah.
conquest forever.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which
But like
yeah.
about like the time you play mattering. I remember this was maybe 6 months ago. I saw this video and it was like this guy giving advice on like matchmaking in Dota, and he said like yeah, this sounds weird, but literally don't queue on weekends. Like he said like it like if you think about it for a second, the people that are like on a weekend night like sitting inside playing video games, like even if you're one of them and you're not like that bad, there are so many people that are just like antisocial weirdos that like sociopaths that are like on this
I
game
wouldn't go
that want to
that
make you
far, but
miserable.
no, like
Well, no,
League,
no, no,
yeah.
no, 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 Matt. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, the people you find in matchmaking sometimes they're legitimate sociopaths.
I get. I don't know. Throwing around words for League of Legends players, but
Yeah,
here's the deal.
you risk running into a League of Legends
Oops,
player
I
every
just
time you
smacked my
matchmake
mic.
on a. You risk running into a League of Legends player every time you matchmake in an online game. Will you take
Online
that risk?
online competitive games always are just like you're gonna have hit or miss matches. Sometimes
Yeah.
you'll have good matches, sometimes you'll have bad matches. In a game like Battlefield, and this is also the metric I have for all competitive games, I don't know what is OP yet in the game. I don't know why
Hmm.
I'm dying, so I can't be mad. Because I'm so new, it's like, oh, I don't care, I just died. Oh, I'm having fun. There is a threshold, and this happened with me in Call of Duty. There is a threshold where you realize that someone's killing you with a gun. So it's like, oh, they're using this specific gun. That's the OP gun. Then you're like, oh my god, every time that you see it, you're annoyed. You're like, no skill, this person sucks. Then you get the gun, and you're still not better at the game. And you're like, or you are better, and you're like, yeah, the gun is OP. And you're
Hmm.
like, now it's not fun either way. But if you get too into any competitive game, that's when it starts to become less fun. That's why
Yeah.
at least Battlefield feels kind of fun still because it's like also in that game you die, you can get revived, or if you die, who cares? Just spawn on your squad mate. Like it doesn't the death to gameplay is so short that I don't care.
Yeah. I also think like I would also say that Battlefield isn't even a particularly competitive game because of how little the impact of the individual like actually matters.
Hmm.
So I think they have a lot of systems that actually keep it from being competitive, like you were talking about, like the low respawn times, being able to like respawn on teammates and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah, and the fact that you can literally there's a thing where if you're getting shot at, you can't spawn on your teammate, but it goes away pretty quick. And I have spawned on my teammate and then like instantly spawned and killed someone that they were in a firefight. And I've been
Yeah.
killed by people spawning on it, and it's like this is stupid, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean
I don't
it's a
care.
goofy game. You just
Yeah,
you just got to engage in a little bit of tomfoolery. You got to be a silly goose.
it's fun to ride around in a car and honk your
Yeah.
horn. It's fun. You know what? It's a good for $20. It was fun.
Hmm.
I know a game we both have been playing that is very fun, at least to
Hmm.
me. We've been playing Dark and Darker, a
Yes.
game that is it's like Tarkov and Oblivion had a unholy love child and created some sort of battle royale medieval fantasy wet feet slapping simulator.
Wet feet slapping.
Yeah, I really like this game a lot. I'd be interested to see
Hmm.
what your opinion is on the game after only playing it a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. It's still it's still like jank, obviously, because it's like
Hmm.
literally like post alpha or something like that. But
Yeah, it's like alpha test 2 right now, by the
yeah,
way. So
yeah, but
y-
like I think it has a lot of potential. I also think if I played it a lot more and like got more used to the map and stuff like that, and also like how more used to how engagements play out, because it's like I remember there was one time we opened a door, there's just two people there, and we're just kind of staring at each other. And it's like, well, what do we do now? Like I don't want to walk through this door. Like
yeah,
I'll just get beaten up.
I think the game. So for reference, I'm playing as There's multiple classes in this game. I'm playing as the ranger class, which has a bow and arrow. So I'm playing
Hmm.
almost a different game than a lot of the other classes that are melee based. Um, but
Yeah.
I think there's a good variety of classes, and it keeps like the game feels fun. And honestly, I'm thinking about even playing it after this podcast. Uh, I don't know. I honestly think that as of right now, the fact that the game the game has been doing these alpha tests weekends
Hmm.
where you can play the game for like 4 days, then they take the servers offline. And
I see.
every time they've done that, I think it drums up new hype and people stream it and everyone goes crazy and everyone's playing it because you only have a certain amount of time to play on it.
Yeah.
Um, I think I worry that when the game comes out, I'll play it for a week and then stop caring,
Hmm.
which I think will happen with a lot of people. And it almost reminds me of Fall Guys, in a way
Hmm.
where I hope the game launches with a lot of content, because when Fall Guys came out, and kind of Pokemon Go too, when Fall Guys came out, it was this big crazy thing. Everyone loved it, everyone played it, but they ran out of stuff to do, and then they're like, okay, whatever. They moved on. Now there's like a billion pieces of content they've added, but it's too little, too late. No one really cares.
Hmm. Yeah, I've noticed the whole like focused playtests and shut the servers off thing is actually becoming a little more common. I know Fangs, the like 4v4 brawler game, is doing that, where it's like they take the servers down for every day of the week except for Wednesday, and like every time the servers come back up, there's like a new update, like new stuff for the players to play with, and like also it's much easier for the devs to like really focus on what the individual problems are. Like they can say, this week we're testing everybody has double movement speed, right? Like, tell us how you feel about people having double movement speed,
Hmm.
like stuff like that. So it's actually very similar format to like QA testing.
Yeah, I don't know what changes they necessarily made between the first two playtests. I know they
Hmm.
added proximity voice chat, which is
Yeah.
one of my favorite things in video games, where you can just yell at anyone. It's so funny and stupid. It's great.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm sure they've done a lot of balance changes. I don't think anything is particularly crazy unbalanced right now, which is pretty shocking. Uh,
Yeah,
given all the classes.
the only thing I noticed is that bar- barbarians can't mindlessly run at rangers and expect to live.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. Like I don't
but
know if
that's
anything
probably
is
good. So
crazy bad. But the thing is too, as a ranger, if they close the gap, you are screwed for the most
yeah.
part. But you have traps. Like there's like counterplay to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're in squads of 3 helps too with the game. You can cover each other's weaknesses and stuff.
Yeah.
I
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I think my only concern might be that uh the like as the game goes on and people become like more used to the maps and stuff, the ranger could become a lot more powerful,
I
because like
yeah,
they would know exactly what chokes would essentially make them just impossible to get to, right? Because like they sit at the end of one room with like a trap on the door, and you just kind of look at them and you're like, well, I can't get there. So like you just kind of
yes.
you literally just need to go and do something else.
So there is a leaderboard, and I believe the top of the leaderboard from last playtest was a ranger.
Hmm.
Um, I do think any game that has a character that has ranged and headshots as a any game that has a sniper and the balancing mechanic is, oh, people will miss headshots, immediately becomes terrible when you find a guy who doesn't miss headshots.
Yeah.
So
Is there like a? I didn't look at all the classes. Is there like a mage class in that game
yes, there
too?
is a mage who has range spells and
Okay,
stuff.
they also have range. Okay, I see.
Yeah, there's the mage, actually ranger I believe counters the mage in a way, because I think
Uh,
but mage can AoE like full parties of people given the right
mm-hmm.
circumstance. I haven't checked a lot of the classes, so I don't know exactly what all of them do, but it does feel like they all have their own kind of niche, and I don't see one as being particularly crazy better than the other,
Yeah,
just different.
I think in games with teams that are like smaller than five, AOE stuff is always going to be interesting. Because there are some times where like you can say, okay, people just won't be grouped up enough for it. But I also think in this game that can work, because you have to go through a lot of these like doors and chokes and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, there's definitely times where you're gonna be like, and also sometimes you'll be running away. I do appreciate how this game, and I haven't played Tarkov, but I know Tarkov I think does this, and Hunt Showdown does this. I think the element of having the PVE monsters really
Hmm.
helps in one of these BR kind of styled games.
I agree.
Uh, I don't like battle royale games, but I do like these Tarkov styled games where you keep your loot, but if you die, it feels better to me than just random every time. You kind of have an idea of what you're going in with, and you can like hit yourself. I like these a lot actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I'm a big fan of like I guess you would call them like creeps, like minions, whatever,
mhm.
in like BR style games, or in like otherwise multi team PvP games, because it's really good for the spacing of engagements, and it's also they can also manipulate engagements, right? Like, if there's a like I remember there was one time where we had the Grim Reaper thingy chasing after us, and there were other players on the other side of the door, and so it's like it really influences how we would have to move around the engagement.
Yeah, and you can gank people while they're fighting other mobs. You can use
Hmm.
mobs to your advantage. I think that it's really nice, and it's also nice to have another objective other than just killing players. That if you're just trying to get through the dungeon, stuff like that.
Hmm.
I think it's a cool system. I really think the game overall it has a lot of potential. I just think that it's prone to being really bad. With one update could just like ruin this game. So I will keep a watchful eye on it and see
Yeah,
what they do.
yeah, it's definitely interesting. I've never played like a Tarkov like game before. Like I've played BRs, but not like I guess that like subgenre. Would you call it? I don't know which one came first actually. So like I
I
can't
think
even
Battle
say.
Royale. Well, Battle Royales I think were first. Well, technically it was DayZ, and technically DayZ it was Arma.
Yeah, I mean,
So
sheesh, there's a whole God. It's an entire rabbit hole there. It's
well,
it's the
actually,
iceberg.
Battle Royale might have come. So Battle Royale was an Arma thing, an Arma mod, I
Um,
believe.
I think
But
the
I don't.
the first official battle royale was H1Z1. Like if you want to get like technical about like the current definition of the genre,
I don't know. I don't remember.
like you can make a bunch of other arguments. Like I mean, sheesh. Like I think Battlefield at some point had like a multi-team mode that you could consider a battle royale.
But I like this
But
new
yeah.
genre, this kind of twist on it. I also like how slow the game is and how.
Hmm.
Here's the thing about other games. This is like what Hunt Showdown is like. Hunt Showdown is cool because you have guns. They're slow, but it's like Counter Strike. If you see someone's head and you're good enough and you headshot them, you might not even you'll see them for 1 second on your screen and you'll be dead in one hit.
Hmm.
It feels like in Dark and Darker, you'll see another player. Even if you shoot them in the head, they're not going to instantly die. You'll still have a chance to do something.
Yeah.
I do feel like you're not walking around a corridor getting blown up immediately. You have a chance at, having a human reaction time
Hmm.
and maybe getting into a fight with someone.
Yes.
That's what it feels like now. Maybe as people get better and weapons get crazier, it'll be different, but
Maybe the triple ranger team will just mess you up the moment you come through a door.
yeah. But yeah, that game's been good. It's gonna be off for a while again, but it's something to look forward to every time it comes on.
Hmm.
I've also been playing a little bit of Elden Ring because I want to beat that game. I hit a wall. Have you been playing Elden Ring again?
No, I didn't play it this week. I had to uninstall it this week because I needed space on my drive. I'll reinstall it again when I'm done with Borderlands 2 or something.
Uh,
But
yeah.
yeah, for now it's on hold because I only have like 500 gigs on my SSD,
Oh,
and like it's pretty much all games already.
yeah. So I did a rebirth thing, respect my character basically into full int strength, but mainly dump stat like int.
Hmm.
Because I got a weapon that is from a big quest line, a huge quest line that's like a big int weapon.
Yes.
And I'm like, cool, int. I'll use this and use int because I never do that. I hit a point in the game where every enemy encounter and boss is like, I would say, like twice as difficult as it should be in terms of. I felt like I was really like over leveled or perfectly leveled going into this. It feels like it might be one of the final areas of
Hmm.
the game, and I felt like, oh, cool, I'll go into this. I feel fine, but every single encounter and enemy is way stronger than me, and it's like an uphill battle, and it's kind of telling me that I should go grind. And I looked
Yeah.
up a video. I literally looked up a video like, all right, where do I go grind runes now? Like, I haven't had to do this at all in Elden Ring up until now, where it's like I'm contemplating. I kind of want the game to be over, so
Hmm.
I'm contemplating just literally grinding.
Yeah.
And to get the optimal grinding spot, I need to do a quest line. And now I'm like, this feels like RuneScape.
Oh no.
I'm like, I don't think I want to do a whole quest line after doing one of the longer quest lines in the game just to unlock a
Yeah.
spot, just to grind, just to beat the game. So I'm hitting a little bit of a wall here.
Yeah, I mean, I've never done like a lot of quests in Souls games. Like I've done the ones that kind of resent themselves. I think I'm trying to remember. Like, did Bloodborne even have that many like actual quests? Because like when I
Um,
think about that game, I don't remember doing like I remember doing very few quests in that game.
I don't know. I had some things. I think
Yeah,
did it have quests? It
it
had guy. You
definitely
could
did.
talk to
It
someone
definitely
in
did have
the
quests.
door.
Yeah, yeah, like in the first area, it was like there was a bell or something like that, or like a kid ringing a bell. I don't remember, but yeah, I don't remember very many quests from Bloodborne. I remember a couple though.
Yeah, it was worth doing the quests that I did do in Elden Ring. It's just now I want to. It's dragging. It's getting to the point where I want. It's like okay, I want to progress now, and then I hit a boss, and the boss. It also happens to be one of the most poorly designed bosses in the game. That's just
Mm,
it. Just one shots you and is stupid and doesn't really. It's just not really that fun or interesting.
yeah, I will say, like for my experience with Elden Ring, the spectacle of the bosses has been really good, but I haven't had as much fun like engaging them as I have in other Souls games.
Yeah, because there's not. I think there was a hard balancing act because other Souls games they know exactly what level you'll be roughly in that area. In Elden Ring, they kind of want you to be over leveled or nothing. It's like you could
Yeah,
struggle, but and also it's like why that's the thought I've had a couple times now. It's like why do I even want to struggle with this boss when I could just go come back and beat it easy in like
yeah,
first try?
they feel a lot more stat checky because they don't have as large of openings as they would in other Souls games.
Hmm.
So it's like you're either expected to hit them or you're like expected to literally just play like you're expected to play so slow or like use spells or something.
Yeah, well, and now that I'm using int, I'm just spamming spells from a distance and using my
Hmm.
spirit ash, and I never engage. And I'm like, oh wow, this actually is kind of lame.
Yeah,
And it's not even doing enough damage to kill things because they're so high level. But on the things that it does kill, it's like I don't even have to approach them. I just kill them in like a couple hits.
yeah. I was actually looking it up. The difference in runes you get if you actually use summons is like huge in this game.
Mm.
Yeah, like I was actually really surprised, especially because of how much they encourage you to use them.
Yeah, but then again, you could just go grind and do other stuff. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, I don't know. Elden Ring, I gotta beat it. And then I'll get Hogwarts Legacy at some point, play
Hmm.
that, see what that's all about.
Yep.
I feel like if I buy that right now, I won't play Elden Ring. I'll fall off too hard.
Yeah, you can only do one single player game at a time. Like
Yeah.
right now, I'm also working on finishing Hi-Fi Rush still. Uh, yeah, I mean I didn't play it too much this week, but it's kind of chipping away at it.
Nice. Is that it for do you have anything else you're going on?
Uh, let me check. No, I don't believe so. I think that's it.
Nice. Does the quiz master have any do we still have any questions on that quiz?
I mean we only got like halfway through it.
Oh my god.
It's
All right, let's
139 questions. We got through like 70 maybe. I don't remember exactly where we left off.
let me check the inbox and then we'll revisit the quiz and we'll finish it off strong today. So if you want to send us a message, you can email us at hyeppodcast@gmail.com. That is the hyeppodcast@gmail.com. And otherwise, we're gonna be doing some trivia. This is the third week of this one trivia quiz,
I believe so. Yeah,
which I'm shocked is still ongoing.
man. All right.
All right, hit me.
Why does Brazil charge 120% on video games?
I don't know. Like in tax? Like what does that mean? Like the games cost more.
Apparently it's in tax.
It's stuff. It's just the taxes are different.
I
What is that
don't.
question asking?
I don't know.
Why would you even ask that question, Quizmaster?
Oh man, I don't know. It's a question that was in the quiz.
Okay, it
Okay.
can't all be winners.
The answer: an old law on the books in Brazil classifies video games as gambling, resulting in extraordinary tax rate.
I guess that's a good. I mean, that's a good tidbit. It's just a weirdly worded question.
Yeah.
So I
Ooh,
wonder
this
what
is
their. So all their games are considered gambling.
yeah. Apparently,
Weird.
assuming this guy's right, which
Hmm.
is actually a kind of big assumption. Okay, in what game did Obama campaign for did this is worded terribly. In what game did Obama campaign pay for in-game advertising?
What game? I'm gonna assume like a FIFA or like a like as like a sports game of some kind, like a Madden or like a I don't know, like a NBA 2K or some a sports game is my answer,
Sports ball.
or it could be racing. Sports ball, was it sports?
No, it was Burnout Paradise.
Oh, racing. Okay,
Yes, it
yeah.
was
It
racing.
felt like it had to be
You were close.
simulation or like of some kind. Like it had. It wouldn't just be like The Sims
Yeah.
or just like Call of
I
Duty.
mean, honestly, it could be The Sims. Like, could you imagine like an Obama billboard in The Sims?
Just Obama Sim.
Yeah.
Oh god.
All right. What movie franchise influenced the creation of the game Doom?
Oh, a movie franchise influenced the creation of Doom.
Yes.
Uh, Probably something actiony. So I'm almost thinking like aliens. Uh, or I assume it's something actiony and like one of those old actiony. I guess I'll say aliens. I don't know. It's pretty alien. Like I don't know if that's the case. Not really the same thing, but I'll say that.
You're actually correct. It is Aliens.
Aliens, yes, specifically.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's what I
I don't
figured.
know. I don't know. Is the franchise called Aliens or is this called the
Well, there's Alien,
Alien
then
franchise?
Aliens.
Well, yeah. I know they're separate, but like, do they just call it the Aliens franchise?
I don't know, but
It's the
still.
Alien franchise because Alien came first, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. Let's see. What? What video game was promoted in a commercial featuring the song "Happy Together" by the Turtles?
Oh, that was the Super Smash Brothers, the N64 one.
Yes, I actually didn't know about that.
It's a
Good.
classic commercial where they're in costumes and they're beating each other up.
Oh wait, I actually do know that one. Okay.
It's great.
Yeah, that song gets used like really frequently, so it's like this could be a lot of things. What the hell?
No, that is a classic, quintessential video game commercial.
All right. What is this?
What video game features a red plumber who jumps?
What is this? This one's actually pretty similar to that. What is the name of the popular purple creature that was a mascot for PlayStation?
Purple creature that was a
This is a trick
mascot for
question, actually.
PlayStation. How is it a trick question?
Um,
Purple creature PlayStation. What era of PlayStation? Why am I purple creature? I feel like I'm gonna feel like an idiot after this. Spyro the Dragon. Dragon
no.
D's.
The
It's not
the answer is
Spyro.
actually Polygon Man.
I mean, all right, yeah. Was that their original mascot or something that they
Yeah,
tried to make?
yeah, but like I say, it's a trick question because
Polygon
I feel
Man.
like lots of people would naturally say Spyro.
I'm gonna look up Polygon Man.
Yeah, I looked it up as well. It's weird.
It's the worst mascot of all time.
Yeah, it's actually like sheesh, it's gonna give children nightmares. Wait,
It's
he
just
appeared in PlayStation All Star Battle Royale.
as what? As like an assist?
I don't know. Maybe you can just play as
No
Polygon.
one's ever played that game, so we don't
Okay, let
know.
me Control F it.
Oh
He
my
was the
god.
final boss.
That's kind of
He
great.
was their master hand.
Polygon Man.
Oh
Polygon
my
Man.
god. Master Hand versus Polygon Man. There was a death battle on it.
Who would win?
Wait, I gotta see who won. I need to see who won.
Probably Master Hand. Or well wait, Polygon Man's spiky, so if Master Hand tried to grab him. Well wait, Crazy Hand would come in too.
And apparently Master Hand won.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
All
Uh,
right, let's find the next question amongst all the crappy ones.
yeah, don't get distracted. This is important.
No way. What is it's another one of these dumb questions. What is the name of a video game character that's pink, round, and wears red shoes?
Kirby?
Yes.
I thought you were gonna just be say something out there like it's Waddle Dee.
Oh man.
Okay, what else we
Uh
got?
let's see. What no, some of these are
Gex.
ridiculous. Some of these are actually ridiculous.
Corey in the house for Nintendo DS. Final answer.
God. Okay, how long did Mortal Kombat 1 take to make?
It's gonna be impressively short. It only took them 3 months to make it. Whoa, it's crazy how short that was.
Man.
Is it?
No, no, it was actually 10 months.
Yeah, so it's like, wow, it's so incredible because it was so short. It's like that's the only reason you ask that. You don't ask that question if it's like it took a reasonable amount of time. Like it has to be either it took 20 years to make or like a day.
Hmm.
But also who like I guess that might be common knowledge to someone, but I think date questions and stuff like that are always stupid. It's
Yeah.
not good trivia. It's just remembering dates of things.
All right. What American car manufacturer inspired the cars in Fallout 3?
Oh, uh they were like the nuke cars. I don't think I'll get it because wasn't there a specific type of car that they were modeled after from like the 50s or something?
Uh,
They were going to make a
mm,
car in real life that was nuclear powered or something like that.
yes.
Uh, I don't know what it is. You can just tell me.
It's the Ford Motor Company's power No,
Yeah,
this wording's awful. It was the Ford nuke car. That's
I
all.
guess
That's all we need to know.
Ford was a safe guess, but yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
it was supposed to be a real thing, but obviously did not happen. But I vaguely recollected that tidbit.
Hmm. What orange furry character was a mascot for PlayStation?
I want to say Crash. I guess it's Crash, but it's weird because it's like I wouldn't call him a furry character.
He has fur.
I know he
Okay.
has fur, but he's not like lovable, fluffy Crash. It's like kind of a weird. I would
Yeah.
call him more like spiky.
It is. It is Crash.
Wow.
What? Some of these are getting ridiculous. These are actually getting so ridiculous. Uh, nope. That one's bad. That one's awful. There's like
Come on,
four Pac-Man.
Quizmaster.
There's like four Pac-Man questions in a row, and it's all like
Puckman.
Blinky and Pinky
He
are
was a
ghosts in
pizza.
what classic arcade game? What color is Pac-Man? No, please. There's no way. I'm gonna ask this one just because it's
Yeah.
hilarious. Name the latest game in the classic football simulation game, FIFA.
Wait, what year did this quiz come out? That's unfair. It's not FIFA 2023 or 2022 or 2020. I'm gonna assume. All right, it's called FIFA 2020 because it probably was written in 2020
No,
when no one.
this was written 2 months ago.
Oh, never mind.
It is in fact FIFA 23.
Amazing. What a question.
Man,
I guess it should have been
oh my
FIFA
god,
2021.
we have the who invented the video game question again.
John video game.
Physicist William Higginbotham.
Yeah, with the tennis for two stuff
Man,
again.
let's see. What is the highest selling console to date?
PS2.
Yes.
The Switch is coming for, well, probably not for PS2 because the reason the PS2 is so wide sold is it was also one of the first affordable DVD players.
Mm-hmm. Okay, they're actually repeating questions.
Okay, it's one of those like 1001 games and they just start repeating.
Yeah, like it's the what is the name? What is the first game to be played in outer space again?
Tetris again, but it could
Man.
also be, it's also probably wrong according to the internet.
Man. Wait, oh my, no. Somebody's calling out. I gotta check this. Somebody's calling his ass out in the replies.
Is he saying, why did your quiz start repeating questions now? What are you even
Yeah.
doing?
Oh my god. Okay, okay. Um, what problem plagues up to 40% of virtual reality users?
Like motion sickness.
Yes.
Well, that's not a fun fact.
It's fun that people get motion sick, don't you know? What? These are getting. Oh my god. Every like new row of questions surprises me more. Wait. You better know your Call of Duty games for this one. Who is
Oh
Jack
no,
Mitchell's best friend in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare?
Jack Mitchell. I didn't even play. I didn't play Advanced. Wait, all right. His name
Jack
is. All
Mitchell.
right. Is his first name John? The other guy, his best friend,
No,
John Sargent.
no. It's
Is it
such a dumb name.
all right? Michael Army.
No.
Uh, let's see. I don't know. Richard Strong. It's probably like
It's
corporal commander.
it's William Irons.
Well, all right. That see that my idea of combining American name with noun
American
was
name with noun that means like that they're
like
strong.
strong. Yeah, Jason Steele. It was on point, but it wasn't. I wasn't gonna go to William.
Oh man. All right, which console came first? The N64, Sega Saturn, or PlayStation?
The Sega Saturn.
Why is this a question? Literally read the
People
names and you
people
can
people might
tell.
not know what a Sega Saturn is.
Yeah, that would imply that it's probably the oldest.
I don't know. That's
Oh
not
man.
that bad of a question. They're all similar, like in terms of what they were, I guess.
Uh, what?
What?
No, no. There's layers to this one.
It's an onion.
Oh my god. This is great. Which character did not appear in the game Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Is it like one of those like Chekhov things, or I just have to guess?
You have to name a character that did not appear in the game Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
it could be any of the characters. I'm gonna say
I'm pretty sure Iron Man was not in Teenage Mutant
yeah.
Ninja Turtles.
What he means is probably like that you would assume. So I'm thinking it's either like Shredder somehow isn't in it, Master Splinter somehow isn't in it, Casey whatever the hockey guy. I'll just say the hockey guy, Casey Jones or something. He's not in it. There you go. That's my guess.
According to the creator, is Donatello, but
What? He isn't playable. What is that? Turtles in Time?
yeah, yeah, but I don't know. Apparently, people are saying it's wrong, and
That's
then
not right at all.
another comment said it's Shredder. So, I don't
Yeah,
know. The
that's
correct
not
answer
right.
is up
You
in
can
the
play.
air.
You play as all four characters in that arcade game. Wait. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy.
Oh my god.
I think I'm having a Mandela effect. Wait, I gotta look up the arcade cabinet. Is it just three players? Oh god, is it just? No, it's four players. Okay, I'm not wrong. It is the world that is wrong.
Man. All right. Let's skip over the dumb ones like who is the main villain in Dead Rising 2?
That's up for interpretation.
Yeah.
Humanity could be the main villain.
Yeah. No way. What is the gender of Samus from the Metroid series?
Metroid is a girl.
Damn.
Okay,
What?
continue.
Oh my god. One of the replies says interestingly the instruction manual for the first Metroid referred to Samus as he. Huh.
Yeah, but also
true?
those probably, but also instruction manuals back then were so like jank translated and they just kind of like looked at a picture. All that stuff was so like wonky and not at all like controlled.
Mm-hmm.
But in that game, Samus is like at the end of the game. If you beat it fast enough, she's like in like a swimsuit, and she's like, "Oh, I'm Samus."
Yeah.
So,
all right. What was the first publicly released video game console ever made?
oh, I want to say like the Magnavox Odyssey.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, it's a weird one too because it uses like decals you would put over your screen, to like have to make games more interesting.
Yeah, I actually remember that. Not like that I didn't play it,
Yeah.
but like I remember that fact.
Hit me with one more and we'll call it a day early
All
this
right, we've
time.
got like 9 left. I'm gonna have to go through and find the best one.
Yeah, give me the best, most gamerific fact.
Hmm.
What's John Halo's real name?
Ooh, okay. What's the most expensive video game ever produced?
Okay, in terms of materials to make it, or now is collectible? Because now is collectible, I do know.
Materials to make it.
Oh, okay. Well, collectible wise, the Nintendo Championships, whatever, one of those special carts. There's like a couple versions of it. Those are expensive. It's a video game. Wait, not a console, that right? Just the game.
Yeah, it's a video game.
That was the most expensive to make.
Hmm.
Like in
Well,
terms of
technically, it says what
overall budget.
is. Yeah, it says what is the most expensive game ever produced.
Oh,
So
so they
yeah.
spent all that money. It could be a GTA. I want to say GTA 5, honestly, or like a Red Dead. Like I want to say GTA 5. It could be a Call of Duty as well. I I want to say a GTA 5.
The correct answer is Star Citizen.
Oh, okay. Well, technically, they just got all that money from Kickstarter or whatever. They didn't actually
Yeah,
make a game that was good yet.
yeah.
I don't know if maybe like a commercial game. I is probably is GTA 5, right? What is that one of the highest, most expensive
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was up there.
games created? Let me
Pretty sure
see.
it was up there.
Star Citizen. Oh wow, So it goes Star Citizen, Cyberpunk, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the original, Final Fantasy 7, Halo 2. Okay, it's GTA
Yeah.
4. It's somewhere on here, but not
I mean,
apparently a lot of other stuff.
now I think about it, Cyberpunk was in development for like 10 years. Like, man, that's gotta
Well,
cost so much.
yeah, development 174 million, not including like marketing and all that. Total so it's wait, total cost 316 million. Star Citizen 501 million plus and that game's not out yet. No one cares.
Man.
Ah.
Ah.
All right, goodbye everyone. Good night. I'm
Goodbye.
Matt, aka Matt Fun Dude.
I'm James, aka James04E.
You can find me on the stuff. Bye.
Yeah.